Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nudishi, and today we're gonna talk about the fact that I got the Rona. We're gonna call her Rona in this video because you know YouTube be tripping. YouTube be tripping, and I don't want this video to get deleted. Okay, for the record, I do have a shirt on. Okay, if you're questioning it. Also, I'm gonna be out of breath in this video because Rona, she's fucked up. She takes away your breathing, and it's really hard to get it back. So I'm just gonna be like out of breath, breathing a little heavy in this video, but just know I'm fighting her back, and don't worry, I'm winning. Let's get into the video. All right, guys. So basically, I got into an entanglement with Rona. Okay. But you know what? It was a huge life lesson for me. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. All right, as you guys know, I put up a video saying that I was going to move to Atlanta, Hotlanta. And I was super excited. I saved my coin, I saved a lot of money, and I was so ready. Called my sister, called my friend. I'm like, Bianca, we're going to Atlanta. I'm like, Sharita, get my room ready, sis. I'm coming down. I'm gonna look for an apartment. Boom, I'm moving. I was so ready to do this, you guys. I got a ticket that day. The day that I made that video, I got a plane ticket to go to Atlanta to apartment hunt. I got to Atlanta on the 7th of July. And it was all down there. Yo, from there, honey. So from there, I had my mask on. Me and my sister were well protected. I vlogged the entire trip. Okay. It was so fast. Like, we did everything so fast. We were so ready. I was so ready, I should say. I got there the first 2 days. No, the first 3 days. No, the first 2 days we stayed at an Airbnb. It was beautiful. The host was so nice. It was so nice. I got some pictures. I'll insert them for you guys to see. But I got some nice pictures in the Airbnb. All the pools were closed, so we weren't able to go in the pool at that Airbnb. But that's okay. And we had a good time there. We had to check out of that Airbnb. So we got there on Tuesday. We had to check out by Friday morning. And on Friday morning, I woke up feeling a little, a little cough. I felt a little cough. I felt just some dryness in my throat. I was like, this is weird. Like, maybe because we're sleeping in the AC, because it was hot there, you guys. Like, every day was like 90 plus degrees. It was really hot. So I was like, oh my God, like, so we can't sleep in the AC, Bianca. Like, we have to chill in the AC because you know how I get. Because I always get a cough. And my coughs be lasting like 6 months. So I'm like, I cannot get this cough. Like, I need to nip it in the butt now. We need to stop sleeping in the AC. Cool. Friday was the day where I started to feel the cough. So, Saturday rolls around. The cough gets heavy. Friday night we stayed at a hotel, because my friend had family in town. So for 3 nights we knew that we had to stay somewhere else. So we figured that out. We stayed at the Crown Plaza, and it was all right. It was kind of outdated, but it was all right. And the cough got heavier, and I was like, I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. My sister was sleeping. I'm like, I need something to drink. There was no fridge in that hotel room at all. I left the room. I called my older sister. I'm like, you gotta stay on the phone with me because I'm kind of scared, but I need to find something to drink. So we went all around the whole building, so many floors, every single vending machine, only took cash. So I was like, damn, I never have cash. Finally, I went to the lobby, and I don't know why I didn't think of this at first. I think it's because I felt like the place was outdated, so I didn't even think they would have this, but they had like a little concession stand. So I finally got something to drink. I was like, word. That concession stand didn't even have water. It was so weird. But whatever. I bought iced tea and ginger ale. Drank that. Good. So Saturday rolls around. So that was Friday night. So Saturday rolls around, and we go to my friend's house. And once we get to my friend's house, I start to feel like the cough is developing, like, into like a productive cough where like you're coughing things out. And I'm like telling my sister, I'm like, something's not feeling right. Like, I'm nervous, you know. I don't know if I have Rona. Like, I'm nervous. But my sister's like, just chill. I'll make you some tea. We'll be good. So she made me tea. We went out. And the thing about Atlanta is like, every place you go to is like a club. You go to the restaurant, it's like a club. You go to a hookah spot, it's like a club. You go to a coffee shop, there's bottle service. Like, everywhere's like a club. So we were like, whether we go to the restaurant or the club, we still at the club. So we're like, whatever, we're just gonna go out, we're gonna make sure we wear our masks. So that's what we did. And the people that we were with weren't coughing or anything like that. So we're thinking we're good, you know. We're like, and I'm stupid because I'm a nurse, like, and I have family members that had coronavirus. I know better. I know some people don't get symptoms, but I just, you know, when you're caught up in the moment, everybody else is going out, stuff like that. I see how you can get caught up in the moment and not realize that you're putting yourself in danger, which is why they say everyone should just stay home. And it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. Anyways, guys, fast forward. We went out. We went out on Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night comes. So we're leaving on Tuesday. Okay, so we were there for 6 nights, 7 days. And Monday comes along. And I'm telling my little sister, like, I didn't want to tell my friend because I don't want to scare her. But I told my sister, I'm like, yeah, girl, I think I got it. And my sister's like, relax, like, you're good. It took me 3.5 hours to get ready to do nothing. Like, I literally didn't even put makeup on. Why did it take me 3.5 hours to get ready? I couldn't move. I was moving so slow. I was like, I was shaking and shit. Every night, like, I would have been fine. But this night, I was shaking, felt a little nauseous. I was moving so slow. So yeah, like, I'm like shaking and shit. And my sister's like, don't worry, like, I'm gonna make you some tea and be good for tonight. Like, we're not gonna sleep tonight. We're just gonna get on the flight at 6 a.m. straight from the club. I'm like, what? Girl, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't stand. I can't walk. I can't talk. I can't do anything. And she's just not getting it, right? She's like, because, you know, I'm not trying to scare her. So I'm not, like, exaggerating my symptoms. I'm trying to stay calm. And, like, I have a high pain tolerance. So I'm just, like, playing like I'm good. But I'm telling her that I'm not good. You know? So for her, it's like, you're good. You're good. You're good. Seeing how slow I was moving, she started to kind of get a little nervous. But she was like, you good? And I'm like, yeah. Because I don't want to ruin the last night. You know, she came out there for me. She wasn't feeling nothing. Neither was my friend. So I'm like, maybe I don't have Rona. Maybe I'm just kind of like not feeling well. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm going to get ready. So I hurry up. I tell my friends, I'm like, I cannot wear heels tonight. Like, if you guys want to have a good time, I'm not wearing heels. All right? And they're like, okay. So then I bring it in the car just in case. I know it's not going on my feet. Like, I know that. Because I do not feel good. But we get to the club, the hypeness and the music and the loud kind of made me feel a little bit better. So I wasn't that bad at the club. Like, I was cool. I was chilling. All right. So fast forward. We get our stuff together after the club. We get on the airplane. The whole time walking through the airport, I'm telling my sister, like, I can't breathe. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, we're going to have to walk slow. So we got to get there early. Like, I truly can't breathe. So she's like, okay. And, like, I'm thinking I'm just winded. Like, you know when you get a cold and you're congested, so you're winded? I'm thinking I'm winded, but I wasn't congested. Like, I didn't have no stuffy nose or anything like that. So I'm just like, why am I so winded? But I'm just telling my sister, like, I can't breathe, so we got to move a little slower. And she listened. So we're moving slow. We get on the plane. And the whole plane ride, I'm miserable. Like, I'm miserable. I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep. I'm, like, exhausted, but I can't fall asleep because I'm so cold. I'm shaking, like, shaking. I turned off my little AC thing. I turned off my neighbors. I was like, girl, I'm sorry, but this is going off. Like, I could not get comfortable on this plane. Like, I was so cold. I was so sick. Like, I felt so sick. Like, I just felt, I felt exhausted to the point where I was sick. And I was nauseous. Like, it was just terrible. We get home. I don't even know how I made it. Like, I don't know how I made it. When we get off the plane, I'm, like, walking with my sister. I'm like, were you, like, cold on the plane? And she goes, yeah, I was freezing. That was the coldest plane ride I've ever been on. I'm like, oh my God, me too. Okay, like, I'm not tripping. Like, it was fucking cold on that plane. Like, that's what happened. So I'm like, yeah, it was making my body ache. Like, the AC was making my body ache. It was so cold. She's like, yeah, I was freezing. Like, exactly. Oh my God. So I'm like, all right, cool, we good. Like, all right, we're on the same page. It was fucking cold, right? Okay. So we get outside the airport, and I'm still cold. My sister's not that cold, but I'm cold. We get in the Uber, and I'm like, yo, can you turn the AC off? He's like, it's 90 degrees. I'm like, can you turn the AC off, though? I'm cold. So he turns it off. I'm like, I'm still cold from the plane ride. And my sister's like, oh, okay. We get home. My mom's at work. But our plan was to stay away from her anyway. We were going to quarantine for a week, go get tested. So we do our plan. We both go to our rooms, close our doors. We're like, we're going to stay in our rooms, whatever. But I took some, I had some codeine in my room because from like when I had the flu. So I took some codeine because of the cough that I had. And I figured like this will help me sleep. Like I'm exhausted. So I take my codeine and I go to sleep. So this is on the 14th. So I got to Atlanta on the 7th. Started feeling symptoms on the 10th. And then on the 14th, I get home. Okay? And when I tell you guys... Alright. When I tell you guys, when I woke up, I thought I was gonna die. I'm not kidding. Like, this is not a joke. When I woke up from my nap, it was like 11:40 something, because I remember my mom called me to tell me she was about to come home. I'm like, please bring some ginger ale. I felt like I was gonna die. Like, I was like, what the? Like, it felt like a plane hit me. A truck, a fucking, everything hit me. And I could not sit up. I was like, huh, what's going on? Like, I couldn't sit up. Like, I literally couldn't sit up in bed. So I'm like, oh no. I called my older sister. I'm like, Betty, I have coronavirus. The Rona. And my sister's like, all right, stay the hell away from mom. I'm gonna call mom. I'm gonna tell her, you need to get some stuff to make yourself feel better. So you need to like Instacart. I didn't even know what Instacart was. Thank God for Instacart. I Instacarted some Tylenol. I Instacarted some crackers, saltine crackers, Gatorade. What else did I get? Like some fruit that I didn't even eat. I'll tell you guys in a second. I got some fruit and all this other stuff. So it wasn't coming till the next morning. So, and I had no more codeine left. So I was like, fuck. I just stayed in bed, fell back asleep. And then the next morning, I didn't have the energy to go get my Instacart. So I called my mom, I told her. And she was like, oh my God, you're not feeling well? I'm like, no, I definitely have it, Mom. Like, I know I have it. So she gets my Instacart. I didn't even check on my sister yet. So I go across the hall. I get up. I go across the hall. My sister's sick. She's coughing. She's sneezing. I'm like, oh my God, we got the Rona. And I was like, yo, you felt fine until today? And she's like, yeah, today, like, I don't know what happened. I'm so sick, blah, blah, blah. So she was really sick. So I gave her some of my stuff that I ordered on Instacart. And we were good. We were staying in our rooms, staying away from my mom. We were like, we're just going to get through this. Like, we'll be good. We're young. We'll be good. So I slept that whole day, that whole Wednesday. And then I wake up in the evening. My little sister's like, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I'm like, I'm not. I feel like someone freaking, like, beat my ass. Like, my whole body hurts. And I can't breathe. And this cough is terrible. My fever's on and off. I'm taking, at this point, Tylenol every 4 hours. So I'm like, yo, this is bad. And my sister's like, I feel fine. My mom's sending up freaking Haitian remedy teas, all these different nasty stuff. Like there's this thing called Haitian punch, and it has like eggs in it and stuff. It's so nasty. And she's sending it up, and I'm drinking it. And then I'm like, yo, I should eat something. I should just eat something. Like I don't feel hungry. I feel nauseous, but I'm just gonna eat something. So I order some chicken wings, and I order a mango smoothie. So I get the energy to get up and go get it because my little sister fell asleep. So I got up to go get my food. I come back upstairs and I'm on the phone with my older sister. I'm like, buddy, I think I lost my taste. She's like, what? Like, you didn't lose your taste like right now, like 3 seconds. I'm like, okay. So then I dip the chicken in hot sauce. And I go to smell the hot sauce. I can't smell it. And then I take a bite and I can't taste it. I'm like, if I didn't know before, I know now. That when I say you can't smell and you can't taste, like you cannot smell anything. Not ginger, not anything. You can't smell nothing. And you cannot taste like nothing. Everything tastes like old stale bread. Everything tastes like morning breath. Everything tastes like nasty spit. That's what everything tastes like. Everything. Okay, so fast forward. I'm not feeling good. Every day I'm trying, but I'm really not feeling good. So Wednesday is when I lost my taste and my smell. Saturday comes. My mom is like on my ass all morning. Like, you need to get out of bed. You've been in bed every day. You need to get out of bed. You need to wear a mask and come downstairs and come outside. Like, you need to get out of that room. You're gonna make yourself worse. Da 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 da. I'm like, Mom, I can't. Like, I can't. Like, I can't. You think I want to be in here? I can't. And she's like, no, you need to get up. Da 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 da. My older sister, she calls my older sister. My older sister calls me. You need to get up. You're going to make yourself sick. You need to stop feeling sorry for yourself and sitting in your room. And I'm just like, I can't. What don't you guys get? I can't. And my sister's like, all right, die in your room then. I'm like, bye. I hang up. The guy that I'm dating, he ends up FaceTiming me. And he's like, hey, girl. How's my girl? And I'm like, terrible. And then I finally tell him, because I've been hiding it from him. He doesn't live here. So I've been hiding it from him. So I finally tell him, I'm like, oh, girl. And he's like, what? Like, why did you tell me? I should have never let you go to Atlanta. But he ends up telling me he thinks that I should post it on Instagram. He told me that he thinks that it's a good life lesson for people. It'll help people take it more seriously. And that it's different when someone you know has it. Maybe it will make you take it more seriously too. So I'm like, all right, I could do that. You're right. And like, you know, he a little smart. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I posted on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. And this nurse reached out to me and she goes, you know, one thing I can tell you from working with COVID patients, because I'm a nurse, but I only worked with a few COVID patients. I didn't work in the hospitals. I do private care. So it was different. I had a different experience than probably what she had, you know? So she was like, you know, you really should get out of your room. Don't lay in your room feeling bad for yourself and feeling like, you know, like shit. Like, get up and get out of your room because that's the worst thing you can do. Like, you stay depressed in your room, you're going to get worse. So I'm like, you know what? People have been telling me this all day, and I'm going to take your advice. So I get up. I'm in my robe. I wrap myself in my robe because I'm freezing. Like, my fever at this point, Tylenol ain't doing shit. I get up, wrap myself in my robe. I go downstairs. I'm like, Mom, look at this message I got. This is a sign. I'm going outside. I'm going to go sit outside. So I get up and I go outside. So I go outside, I sit down. My little sister is sitting across from me. So she's sitting outside. At this point, her symptoms are gone. This is Saturday morning. Her symptoms are gone and she's feeling good. So we're like 6 feet apart. And I'm sitting down. And I'm like, my mom's getting ready to go to my cousin's pinning ceremony. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you look nice, Mom. My mom brings me a tea. It's 90 degrees outside. I feel freezing. And I'm like, something doesn't feel right. And my little sister's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass out. She's like, because for some reason, like, I have this reputation in my family of being a drama queen. And I've never exaggerated any feelings I've had. I'm literally such a high tolerant person when it comes to pain. So it's like, why do I have this reputation? I don't know. Every single time I've like told someone how I felt about something, you know what it is? I'm emotional. So I think because I'm dramatic in that sense, people think that I'm dramatic like overall. But every time something has happened and I've told them how I felt, like if I say like, I think this is burning me, I've been burned. Or if I be like, something's not right about this, it was something serious. Like every single time. So I'm like, why don't you guys ever believe me? But anyways, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pass out. And my little sister was like, Mom, just go to the pinning. I got her. I'm gonna take off your robe if you feel like you're gonna pass out. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, no, I need to go lay down. And then she's like, well, you think if you need to pass out, you should stand up? That's the last thing I remember her saying. Then I hear my mom talking. I hear her voice, but I can't hear what she's saying. Everything goes black. I wake up to my mom pouring water all over me, my hair, everything. Pouring water all over me. And she's like, Manushka, in the name of Jesus, you're not gonna die. And I wake up and I'm like, what? I'm like, what's happening? And she's like, you're shaking and you passed out. And my mom is a nurse. But like, when you're like a nurse, even though you know like proper procedure when it comes to seizures or someone passing out, all that goes out the window when it's someone that you know, especially someone that you love, and especially your child. Like, all that shit goes out the window. So my mom's like freaking out. My sister called the ambulance. I get rushed over to the Mass General emergency room. So that's like the biggest hospital we have in Massachusetts. And yeah, I was in the hospital. My O2, which is like my breathing level, it can go from 0 to 100%. You can flatline at about 30% or 50%, depending on your breathing. You know, between 30 and 50%, you can flatline. Me, I was at 87%. Your average is supposed to be 95% to 100%. So 87 is very low. You can get very dizzy. And yeah, so my breathing was bad, pretty much. Also, I had a fever of 104. What else? Yeah, so when I got to the hospital, that's the information I got. Oh, and my blood pressure was like 90 over like 100. Very backwards. It was like 90 over 100. So that's really weird. So yeah, I was not doing well. Okay, I spent 3.5 days in the hospital. This is day 3 in the hospital or 4 in the hospital. It's my hospital room. I ended up coming to the hospital because I passed out at home. Had a little bit of a seizure. It was crazy. So right now I feel okay. My oxygen is 97. My heart rate is 92. And my blood pressure is 96 over 63. So I'm doing okay. I might be able to go home today. I'm so happy. I'm just ready to get out of here. I just want to document this. I'm at Mass General. Guys, this shit is no joke. But I'm so grateful and so blessed that I can breathe and see and possibly go home. Keep me in your prayers. The reason why they kept me in the hospital was because I was dehydrated, because I had stopped eating and drinking, because I was always nauseous, so I stopped completely eating and drinking. Also because my breathing with any activity kept dropping, so I kept going down to like 80. The lowest I was like 82, which is very low. Like, you could start to get confused and stuff. So my breathing was very bad, and my fever wouldn't stay down. Every night I was so uncomfortable. I needed oxygen for one night. I scared the shit out of my mother, which I feel terrible. Very bad. When I came home on Tuesday, well, technically Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I came home on Tuesday. So I spent 4 days in the hospital. I came home on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And my mom had like this whole setup in my living room of like a bed for me to stay close to her, but she wore a mask with me. She actually got tested yesterday and she's negative. Yeah, and like my mom took care of me. She nursed me back to health. I started feeling better like 2 days ago, because like every day up until that, like, I felt the same. There was no difference. I didn't feel any different. The only reason why they sent me home was because there was nothing else for them to do. I didn't need oxygen anymore, so like my breathing had gotten a little bit better, but other than that, I was the same and there was nothing they could do. They were actually asking me questions in the hospital. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They didn't know. So yeah, so my mom nursed me back to health. Saturday was when I Saturday was when I fainted. I came home on Tuesday, and today is Saturday. And I can say that I am 100% better. I still have dizziness and weakness, because I'm going to tell you guys all the symptoms that I got at the end, but I still have dizziness and weakness because of what I'm going to tell you. And also, I still have my cough a little bit, but that's just like residual cough. But everything else is gone. My taste and my smell came back yesterday. So on Friday, my taste and my smell came back. So today is the 24th. Today is the 24th. I initially got sick on the 10th. 14 days. 2 weeks. They're not lying about the 2 weeks. Okay? Exactly 14 days. I feel better. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. Okay, like, it was crazy. So I'm gonna go through all of my symptoms with you guys, okay? Every single one. Cough, sore throat, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headaches, indigestion, fever, body aches, major body aches, okay? Loss of taste and smell, dizziness, and there's one more. I would say weight loss. That was one of my symptoms. If you guys haven't noticed, from the last video to this one, my face is slimmer, my body is slimmer. So I dropped in 1 week. I'm talking about the first week. I'm talking about from the 14th to that Saturday. So not even a full week. But the last time I weighed myself was like that Sunday. So from like Sunday to Saturday, I lost 17 pounds. 17. How did I make a 7 with your... 17 pounds I lost. That's a lot of fucking weight, guys. That's a lot of weight to lose in less than a full week. That's a lot of weight to lose. That's why I think the weakness, like how I'm still weak and dizzy a little bit, I think it's because my body dropped too much weight too fast and kind of is trying to catch up with the strength. Yeah, so I lost a lot of weight. You guys, when I tell you that this virus is not a game, it's so serious. It is so serious. Like, this virus will kill you. It can kill you. I see how it could kill you. Like, I almost lost my life. If my mom didn't call the ambulance exactly when she did, if my mom left and my little sister was just here with me, she was panicking. Like, I could have died. Like, I really could have died. And I don't have any underlying illnesses. I'm only 28 years old. I don't have any breathing issues, but I had breathing issues. Like, I wish I never went to Atlanta. I'm not moving anymore, if you haven't realized by this video. I'm no longer moving. Like, I'm not moving to Atlanta. I'm going to move. I'm definitely going to move, but it's not going to be to Atlanta. For other reasons as well. I'll put them all in another video. But you guys, like, honestly, stay home. Not even stay home. Stay away from crowds and get tested. Get your friend, like, make sure your friends get tested. Like, make sure you're safe. Wear your mask. Stay away from your loved ones if you're gonna be around people that you're not sure whether they have it or not, because honestly, like, it's not worth it, and it's not worth putting your family members through it. One decision that you make, your bad decision, affects everybody. My mom was terrified. My sister was terrified. My older sister was terrified. My niece and nephews, my whole family, and my mom had to take care of me, putting herself at risk. I was scared for her. I didn't want her to get it. Like, it's just so much. It's like a domino effect, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Like, I wish I never went. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't go, because I don't want to experience this. But it took me to experience it for me to really see the seriousness. Even though I lost someone in my family from it, he was older and he had other illnesses. So I'm thinking, like, you know, he was vulnerable, you know, and a little more disposed to other things, where it's like, oh, I can see how that can happen. But no, that doesn't matter. Like, this illness, you don't know who it's gonna hit, who it's gonna take out. None of the people that I was with got sick. They can all just be like one of those people that don't get symptoms. My little sister was sick for 1 day. Okay, 1 day. Me, full 2 weeks. I'm just saying. It doesn't make any sense to put yourself at risk not knowing whether that person that's going to die from it is you. Don't put yourself at risk. I know it's kind of hard to avoid, especially when you're younger, but if you can, avoid it. Trust me. Take my word for it. Use me as an example, okay? One good thing came out of it. I taught everyone to listen. That's pretty much the only thing that came out of this. I'm so grateful to still be alive, to still be here. That's all I prayed for in the hospital, that I didn't die. I didn't pray to get better. I prayed that I didn't die, because I was like, I can't do this to my family. We just lost someone, and last year lost someone else, and the year before. Like, we cannot lose any more people, and I can't be the one that they lose. Like, it just can't be me, and it can't happen because of this. Like, by the grace of God, I'm here. Prayer works. Everybody was praying for me that I knew. So I truly think that that's what saved me, because the hospital sure didn't. They couldn't do nothing for me. I couldn't do nothing for myself. Haitian teas weren't working. Nothing was working. I tried. Oh, that's another thing I want to say. I tried, like, the elderberry, vitamin D, zinc, vitamin C. I tried manuka honey, black seed oil. I tried all those. Listen, they made me sick. So not everybody's body reacts well to vitamins. As you guys know, I've had reaction before from vitamins. I think my body just doesn't react well to vitamins, and it made me sick, and these vitamins made me sick too. So they didn't work for me. So nothing worked. Nothing. It just left by itself. And honestly, I am so grateful that it did, because it was wiping me out. I can barely eat now. No appetite. I have to force myself. I can't breathe. I can't go up and down the stairs. I sweat like a pig. Like, that's another side effect. I like have random sweats. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm sweating. That's another side effect. Like, and I don't know how long it's gonna last. I would have these spells where I'm like, like gasping for air. My mom was freaked out about that. Like, she hated that. But it was part of the disease. Like, you guys, I'm not gonna keep rambling. You guys heard me. If you think I'm exaggerating, if you think that this is a joke, if you're not taking it seriously after this, I can't help you because I just gave you all the facts. So that's your business. If you still want to go out there and be dumb, I'm not going to. I'm going to pray for everybody else that's going out there, okay? Use me as an example. If you don't want to, fine. But at least wear your mask. Don't affect someone else because they might not be one of the lucky ones, okay? So, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Pray for me that I get 100% fully recovered, that all these little side effects go away, and that I keep the weight off because I can't say I don't like it. I love you guys so much. I'm going to be making another video. Don't worry. Stay tuned. It's not going to be about this. So I promise. I love you. Mwah. See you in the next video. Bye.